him on Facebook with the A. The A stands for Anthony, so we can call you John Tony Brennan?
Whatever you want.
Call you anything but late for dinner, right? Okay, so John hails from Crossmaglen, if I said that right, a small town in County Armagh, Northern Ireland. John has lived in Manhattan for 12 years, but thankfully managed to escape to the relative sanctuary of Long Island just in time to save his sanity, parentheses, or so he thought. He has traveled extensively and incorporates his experiences in both his prose and poetry. John is a member of the Long Island Writers Guild, the Long Island Poetry Collective, Amateur Writers of Long Island, Performance Poets Association, and the Bards Initiative. Some of his writing expresses the spiritual dimension, and each piece hopefully contains a lesson coupled with some historical facts. If anybody wants his email address, because you're not on Facebook, he has it here on the bio, so I can give it to you afterward. So now, if there's anything else that you want to know about John, we'll have a question and answer period after the encore.
What?
So are you ready now to, have you set it up? Do you need somebody to do something? He's going to video his...
No, we're ready.
Oh, we're ready. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, and poets of all ages, I give you John Anthony Brennan.
Thank you very much, Lorraine. That was a wonderful introduction. You swear I wrote that myself. But anyway, many people have asked me, how the hell did you get into poetry? You know? So, I know you'll find this hard to believe. I wasn't always a poet. I used to be an ordinary writer, quite content, scribbling away at the little stories about my childhood and my mad father and all that. But anyway, one night, I'm sitting in the book review up in Huntington for a workshop with the Long Island Writers Guild. And Dennis Scott says to me, he says, we have a couple of poets reading tonight. So I looked at Dennis and I wondered if he was going senile or something, you know. I said to myself, what the fuck do we know about poets? But anyway, he says, these guys are good, he says, just listen. So anyway, I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I'm going to read at the open mic. When out of the blue, hear this voice. And it reminded me of like heavy M60 machine gun fire, you know. And it's like, it reminded me, it brought me back to Crossmaglen on a Saturday night when the boys would be having a bit of sport with the soldiers up in the barracks, you know. Rat-tat-tat-tat, like that it was going. So I says, whoa. That's when I started to listen. I was spellbound. So I approached this man after he was finished and we shook hands. John Brennan, says I. George Wallace, says he. And then he was out the door in a flash. Like a whirlwind. Gone. So anyway, that was all right. My poetic fate was sealed later that night when this vixen comes up behind me and taps me on the shoulder. And she says, I'm borrowing my writer. Why don't you write a few poems? And that was that. So anyway, she introduced herself with this three-barreled name, shook the hand, and out the door like a rocket again. And I thought to myself, Jesus, these poets are like lightning. But anyway, so that was it. I think it was all a plot to get me over to the dark side. And it worked. Oh, and by the way, that other siren, Lorraine Conlon, she had a hand in it too, with her friggin' tattoo parlours and all, you know what I mean? So anyway, that was that. Now, on the subject of poets, poets are storytellers. And writers in general, and poets in particular, have the uncanny ability to tap into the realm of spirit. It's a gift that enables us to transcend the mundane and experience the world as we see it and feel it and know how it should be. We have the ability to turn what to most people are chaotic thoughts and feelings into beautiful and meaningful works of art. Poets are blessed with the grace that enables them to never stray far from their original nature, despite having to live and survive in the material world. We pass on what we have learned through our words, which are the manifestation of our collective knowledge. It's a shamanistic quality that we possess. All cultures revere their poets, none more so than my own, the Irish. We call them Shanachie, the storytellers and the bards. So anyway, I was walking up 83rd Street in Manhattan one night after leaving some bar, and I heard this voice out of the blue calling me saying, "Have you ever been to Mars?" So I look around and I see this guy lying in a doorway, and I get him up on his feet and he has his arm in a cast. Turns out anyway he's out on the street, so I took him in for a couple of weeks and I wrote this poem in his memory. I call it Bars and Scars. Thinking of the planet Mars, wishfully thinking upon fallen stars, we found ourselves behind prison bars, me and Jesus, showing our scars and remembering the magical nights in those wild Irish bars. Searching for paradise, our souls on ice, choosing virtue over vice. We remake the divine sacrifice by being all too human, me and Malloy. Travelling through time and space, seeking the original universe, and finding a sacred place to sing of the blessings and to nurse the curse. See how to be. Let the light set you free, eternal now, shining into the black and blue void on this good, godly night. Live and let live is all there is. The road less travelled he chose, having no choice, to become the ultimate sacrifice for me and Malloy. Thank you. This next one, I met a man in London town in the 70s, a small little man, and he made such a big impact on me from the moment I met him, and I try to keep his spirit alive as best I can. Call it the Prophet. From old 9 Mile in St. Anne town, his soul now flies at peace and free. The Rasta man with his vision found a world of pure simplicity. Redemption's song let freedom ring, 3 little birds on the doorstep. Now we don't worry about a thing. This is the fate that I have kept. In old Trench town, one love blesses all. Dunn's river fall, the sweetest pain. No woman, no cry, not be small. The exodus, it begin again. In London town I met a man, dreadlocked all long and swinging free. He told me of his simple plan, a world in perfect harmony. Jah, music man as we all see, I sing my song from heartfelt core. The reggae version is the key, then lay it all at your front door. From Kingston town to Buff Bay Blue, and Jamaica Inn where I did lay, I felt his soul caress mine too, and whisper words from far away. Selassie in sweet Africa, he gave his ring unto me. The Judah lion, the word of Jah, a sign for all humanity. The shanty town where I was born rings loud with song of my degree, and fills the world from night to morn. My light and soul will set you free. Every talk is the word of Jah, who watches all and holds his sway. From Irish town to America, sweet peace and love is the only way.